This week, NATO and Russia will separately hold exercises of their nuclear forces. It comes at a time of rising tensions over Ukraine. Up to 60 NATO aircraft will take part in the annual drills over Europe, including B-52s flown from N.A.T.O, North Dakota. At the same time, Vladimir Putin's mobilization of Russians to help fight the war in Ukraine is causing stress in the neighboring country of Georgia. CBS's Chris Livesay explains why.
Hundreds of thousands escaping the fighting in Ukraine. But they're not Ukrainians. Instead, Russians fleeing the draft at home by flooding the border into Georgia. One of them, Alexei, takes us to the shelter he now calls home after driving 7 days from Moscow to Georgia's capital, Tbilisi.
Best song.
With little more than his guitar.
Ghostbusters.
Ghostbusters.
The thing thinks.
Better that than a rifle, he says.
Who you gonna call? Ghostbusters!
His roommate Skobar flew, then pedaled his way by bike after the government told him to report for military training.
Because I don't want to go to the army and go to the war and die and kill people, I guess.
But at an anti-Putin rally in the capital, Georgians fear the Russian draft dodgers are a Trojan horse. All of these Russians, hundreds of thousands of them virtually overnight, clearly isn't sitting well with everyone in Georgia. Those here see it as yet another form of Russian invasion, and they're calling for the border with Russia to be closed.
And they must know that they are not welcome here.
Georgia is no stranger to Russian invasion. In 2008, Putin attacked by land, air, and sea, allegedly to protect Russians living here. To this day, 20% of the country remains occupied.
We know how Putin starts wars.
So you're afraid that Georgia could be next?
Putin can come and say, we need to send our soldiers to save the lives of our citizens in Georgia.
But in Putin's army, morale has never been lower, following staggering defeats in Ukraine. And to dodge the draft, conscripts are so desperate, they're even breaking their own arms and legs, as this video is said to show.
The fear, it's like not something rational, not something logic. You just someday wake up and start to feel it.
How long do you think you're going to be here?
I don't know. I want to work on my old job. I want to live with my family and my girlfriend. So I guess I'll be turned back when the Vladimir Putin will be dead, I guess. And I will be just fine with this.
Chris Livesay, CBS News, Tbilisi, Georgia.